Matt, tell us about District 9.
District 9. Oh, it's well, we heard about this last year. I think we talked to the guy at this booth. I cannot. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it is published by Weta Workshop, and it is designed by Chris Cervantes, Adam Poirier, and Rob Stoddard.
Yes, I'm not totally sure which one of those names that you just said, if it's the actual guy, but essentially this guy that I'm pretty sure owns the company they're an effects team that they did District 9. So
the movie,
one of my favorite movies.
Yes,
yeah, we talked to him a whole lot.
Yeah,
last year.
He worked on Avatar.
Wow.
So he's got some chops. I think what it sounded like, because he had this really big I can't remember what the name of that game was. It was a big monster game.
Heavy Hitters.
It was super awesome. He essentially was like, yeah, we just want to put out a game. We don't care if it sells good or not. Just it was something that me and my buddy
we just want to put out a $150 board game.
Yeah,
right. The GRK Heavy Hitters.
Yeah,
that Kickstarter one. Yeah.
So in District 9 though, I played it you play in 3 days. I played starting on the second day, and then they explained the third day. We did not play it. It's essentially a pick up and deliver. I can't remember all the turn phases and everything exactly off the top of my head. But essentially there's a bunch of prawns out in this. It is a modular board. I think you can set it up however you want. There's 3 different prawn models. There's one that only has one has 2, one has 3. Essentially 1 for 1 when you're putting them out though. Are you looking at it, George? Or?
No, I'm laughing because I forgot that's what they called them. At
the prawns.
Because he saw a prawn.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I remember now.
Yeah, that's what they're called. That's what they call them.
Yeah.
You know what we're referring to, Eric?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you're essentially, and you can play as different factions that all kind of have different ways. They all get special abilities. You get to pick from the very beginning of the game. You get to pick one and put it on your card or whatever. Essentially, though, there's like tech and there's buildings you go investigate. It might have another prawn in it, and then you check with there's another deck to see if it is hostile towards you or not. You might have to engage in a fight. But essentially, what you're trying to do is run around, get all this tech stuff, bring it back to your base. It gives you more resources and stuff. There are other models though running around, so I can't remember what the main character of District 9's name is, the guy that like got infected. He is running around.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Spoiler. It's like 10 years old. He's running around on the board, and he'll interact with the areas he runs through. If I do remember right, I think whoever's the first player that turn can control him. So I thought there was like an AI built into the cards.
Like Conan, the Age of Conan board game. Did you play that with us?
No.
Conan, basically no one's playing as Conan, but Conan walks around wrecking stuff.
Right, yeah. and that's what I was thinking. But whoever is first player, they actually do get to control him. And there's other characters that are from the movie. There's the gang leader in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
he can come out at some point if like conditions are met. The crazy the police squad leader or whatever that was always chasing them.
Didn't you say there was another faction that was?
Yes. So I actually got a really cool history lesson on the movie. So there was another faction that they were going to bring into the movie. It wasn't in the movie. So this faction was based on something that they took out of the movie. There evidently was like a warrior class. So in the movie, they got all these different kind of bugs. They evidently had different classes. So you had like just a regular like generic class, but then there was a protector class that was warrior, and then there was even an engineer class. And you can kind of tell, like, they said that they were going to have like different graffiti styles. So like the more intricate and like actual writing it looked like was your engineers. And then the basic stuff you always saw throughout the movie was like from your lower class bugs or whatever, prawns.
I'm looking at the figures, and there's so many figures, and they're really good.
Oh yeah, they look good. Every figure looks good.
There's like trucks and
trucks.
Vehicles.
There's even like the big suit that he wears like at the end of the movie.
Nice.
That comes out on the third day, and everybody has to interact and fight with that thing. And
I remember you telling me about that you played it like halfway through the con, and I've seen the booth a couple of times and never stopped by. I wish I would have.
Yeah, it was I just walked over to check it out. Yeah, that's the cat food that they throw at them. So,
the putty.
Yeah, the putty cat food. So it one thing that was kind of I was about to address something you just said though.
The faction.
Oh no, me actually sitting down to play. I'll get back to the faction. Me actually sitting down to play. They actually were scheduling groups and no one showed up. So I was like, "You want to play?" I was like, "Sure."
Good
Oh,
time.
so like super easy to sit down and do it. Then.
Yeah. So well, they have, it was an event. It was an event scheduled, times to go demo this game, but 2 people didn't show up. So me and some other guy got to sit down and demo it. But the other faction though that got left out, so evidently the whole story or the reason they got to do that was because of never mind, I'll talk about it later. It was left out for whatever reason, but they were able to use it because whoever owns the rights, things that might have got used in a later movie that could happen. Yes, there could be another movie, but they weren't allowed to use certain things.
That'd be cool,
Yeah,
but I doubt it.
Yeah, and it's like 10 years old, so I might
Right.
not get to it. But
Did you see it, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
but-
one of my. It's like top 5 for me.
Yeah.
Just
The only
saying.
other cool thing I can say about it is the cards have like multiple uses. You can use it for its main use.
Oh, I always like
it
that.
has a bottom. If you turn it around, it has another like instant use that you can use. There's numbers on it, and I can't remember exactly what they were used for, but it essentially like 3-4 uses for every card. So
It's one of my favorite things about
I always like it
Mahjong.
when they do that with cards.
Yeah.
Did they have it for demo only, or was it they didn't have it for sale? Did they?
I do not believe it was for sale.
Because if I am correct, the Kickstarter was canceled.
Was it really?
Did they do another Kickstarter?
I don't know. This is
I don't know.
interesting.
Did they? Maybe they are going, not Kickstarter route.
It says District 9, the board game Kickstarter. Oh, 2009. It was 10 years old. This isn't really the. Well, keep talking, man. I'll look it up.
I mean, that's essentially all I got. I'm interested to know about this because they told us about this at the last convention, last year at GenCon.
So it's been in the works.
Yeah, it's been in the works. Yeah, I don't know.
So there's one on here that basically says canceled. Yeah, it was canceled. I don't see a date, I guess. It only had 78,000 of whatever this currency is out of 150, but almost 700 people were backing it. So I don't know. I don't know if this was a or why they canceled it. But I don't know. We'll worry about that later. It's not really worth looking up on the podcast. But yeah, it looks like there was a Kickstarter that was canceled. I don't know if that was prior to what they have now or if they canceled it because they're going to come straight out. So
Okay.
Yeah, I do not believe it was for sale.
I'm glad it's still around. I'm glad it's still, coming around.
there has to be something going on if they're going to be showing it off at GenCon.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. So
Like the booth expense and all that.
yeah, that would be expensive just to. I mean, I guess they don't care about. Well, we just want to make our game.
Yeah, whatever.